Anytime anyone goes over to this tabernacle, whatever, they die, we're like, how are we ever going to get out of this? Tell us if we'll all perish. Cliffhanger. Hey folks, welcome to Joel Reads Bible. I'm Joel and I read Bible so that you don't have to. And we are in the throes of Numbers, and it is just brutal. It's wonderfully brutal. It's just so Yahweh, and he's awful. He's scary. He's violent. He's barbaric. He's all the bad words that you can think of, all the scary words, all the stuff that you wouldn't want in a deity, in a God that wants to have a personal relationship with you. Because you can't know at this point whether or not you ask a certain question, he might just consume you with fire, you know? Some questions may be fine, some questions definitely not. So hard to know. And I hear from Jewish friends of mine, we're God wrestlers. We'll ask questions. Can you? Can you? Once upon a time, it would have resulted in you being dead. No, we can question God all we want. We just can't question the Levitical priesthood. We can't question the people writing the book. We can't question the system put into place where a certain group of people are just getting everything for free. I'm telling you, it's all a scam, baby. It's all so very obviously a scam. When I say it's a scam, I want to be clear, I do think the Catholic Church and other types of churches are scams that were set up, maybe systems of government. But there are some people out there that I'm pretty sure were genuine believers who actually believed in God at some point, and they thought they were doing good, and they think that it's necessary for the well-being of the world in some way. They're just very blind. They're not critical thinkers. They're just not smart. But then there are people who would use something like this to take advantage of other people. That's obvious. We've seen that all the time. You guys know this to be true. Anybody, Christians, non-Christians, everyone knows that this has been used that way. They would just say that, not at my church, but I do think there are some genuine believers and things like that. But I think the people that wrote the book didn't believe this and were using it to control a nation of people. That seems very evident, and that the government system that they're putting in place here is being set up as an unquestionable governing body. Let's move right along here to Numbers 17. See what happens in this one. See who Yahweh kills in this one. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel, and take rods from them, one for each father's house. Of all their princes, according to their father's houses, 12 rods. Write each man's name on his rod." Is that a euphemism? Is that a euphemism? "You shall write Aaron's name on Levi's rod. There shall be 1 rod for each head of their father's house. You shall lay them up in the tent of meeting before the covenant where I meet with you. It shall happen that the rod of the man whom I shall choose shall bud. I will make the murmurings of the children of Israel, each which they murmur against you, cease from me." All right, so everyone brings a rod, planting them, they'll bud. So he's just choosing who he likes. I don't really understand what's happening here, but I don't care that much, and I'm happy to get through this chapter really fast. But I feel like this is a continuation of the last chapter where there's a bunch of murmuring children of Israel. What are we going to do with all the murmuring? Well, we've done the emergency incense offering. Now we're going to just forgive these people, make the murmuring cease, and choose someone as the best guy. Moses spoke to the children of Israel, and all their princes gave him rods. For each prince 1 according to their father's house, a total of 12 rods. Aaron's rod was among their rods. Moses laid up the rods before Yahweh in the tent of the testimony. Why are they mentioning Aaron's rod again? This is the second time we're mentioning a rod with Aaron's name on it. Aaron represents Levi. Oh, that makes sense. I wonder if Aaron's rod is the one that's going to sprout. I don't know. I wonder. Maybe a bit too on the nose. On the next day, Moses went into the tent of the testimony, and behold, Aaron's rod for the house of Levi had sprouted, budded, produced blossoms, and bore ripe almonds. Okay, it's an almond rod. Okay. Moses brought out all the rods from before Yahweh to all the children of Israel. They looked, and each man took his rod. Yahweh has the power, he's the creator, obviously, to make a rod, which I assume is a stalk of almond branch. Or maybe they're just rods and it's magical that he can make almonds grow on a rod. This is probably magic, to be honest. Why couldn't Jesus, if he is God, make the fig tree produce figs? You know the story where he curses the fig tree and the next day it's dead? Why go that direction with it? Why not show your power and just be like, oh yeah, me and my dad, we made almonds grow out of a rod, so. Yeah, figs, fully ripe figs. Why is Jesus such a loser when Yahweh's doing wild and crazy stuff in this scene? Yahweh said to Moses, "Put back the rod of Aaron before the covenant to be kept for a token against the children of rebellion, that you may make an end of their complaining against me, that they not die." Moses did so, as Yahweh commanded him. So he did. The children of Israel spoke to Moses, saying, "Behold, we perish. We are undone. We are all undone. Everyone who keeps approaching Yahweh's tabernacle dies. Will we all perish?" Fair question. And that's a cliffhanger. This is a really short chapter. I will reiterate, it's obvious that whoever is writing this, again, is saying, yep, Aaron's the main guy. Don't ask any questions. Just obey. And Aaron's the best. The point is that now the children of Israel are getting it. Now we're getting it. Yahweh only likes Aaron and the Levites and Moses and whatever. Anytime anyone goes over to this tabernacle, whatever, they die. We're like, how are we ever going to get out of this? Tell us if we'll all perish. Cliffhanger. And I'm not going to leave us hanging. I will see you next time for chapter 18, and we'll see what happens. Please subscribe, like this video, and comment on it if you want more of this riveting content. We'll see you next time. Bye.